Welcome to this podcast.
That's what the fuck I thought.
Why do you have to use words like pussy and vag and minge? What's wrong with you kids?
This is the way we talk.
They're so different than anything that existed like 20, 30 years ago.
Yo, what it is? Welcome back to Test Tube Talk. We back from our break, baby. Okay. We just needed a little relaxation, period. You know what I'm saying? We need to ease the mind and the soul. Get you loose, get you ready.
That first one is a little rough. If you're still listening to us, congratulations.
Congratulations.
This is our podcast.
You're the winner.
Ding, 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 ding.
Now you done made it. We're, this one, like we promised, we're going to go ahead and get into some shit. But before we do that, I thought we could open up with a little bit, something to get us hype. What's that last shit we was listening to? I feel like we should show him.
What?
This shit right here. What?
Oh, no. We should just talk, babe.
Oh, just talk?
Yeah, man.
Oh, we're already back into it.
I was going to tell you why your screen was off, though.
Oh, it's back on now, bro.
Nigga, I like that little screen, though.
You like it?
Hey, you know what? I had got some, I had got that bread from that insurance claim I had got. Nigga, I swear to God, nigga, I tried to put a TV like that in the car, nigga. It is not possible, bro. Because, nigga, you have to run the motherfucking inverter, my nigga, all the way to the battery, my nigga. And you gotta remember, you gotta power a fucking PS4, dude. You got that shit.
Oh, you trying to put the PS4 in the car?
That's what I was trying to do. I put a whole day of work into it until I figured out. It's not possible.
The inverter wouldn't power the PS4. Possible. The PS4 in the TV.
Yeah, I was in the Walmart parking lot, nigga, and niggas was sitting right next to me, bro, looking at my shit like, this nigga got a big ass TV in his car, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like that size right there.
Damn. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I just bought some Jewel Pods and I hit that hoe and that shit gave me a buzz. Like, I was listening to you, but I was like zoning out. I was out of this world, bro. And I never had that shit before.
Oh, hey, Alyssa, welcome to our podcast.
I just wanted to tell you guys that.
Congratulations again.
Congratulations.
What the
you made
fuck?
It's a little bit, we're a little bit higher, a little bit looser now. That first one, it was real fun. It's hard to do this.
It was rough.
It really was, my nigga, because I came in this bitch and I was like, I'm very confident when I speak about, whatever. But whenever we got on this whole nigga, I was just like, it just went.
Oh, wait.
As soon as you hit record. As soon as you hit record,
we was in the
bro.
garage like, yeah, we fixing to go in there and get it. We fixing to get it. And then we come in here like, man, what the hell we say, bro?
Right. Who are we?
We were talking about the Mayans or something up in there. We talking about Nipsey. R.I.P. to that nigga. That was a real nigga, though.
You say,
a real ass nigga.
So you know how you say that he was into all that Egyptian stuff, and you're talking about the Egyptians and the pyramids and stuff. Well, I was telling you about before our last pod when it ended. Nikola Tesla was he was trying to figure out a way to create free energy, and basically he was like really fascinated with the pyramids and the Egyptians. And the pyramids kind of I don't really know. I really can't explain into depth what the numbers break down, but they basically, the way everything is, what do you call that? The dimensions of it. The numbers of dimensions, they all break down into like 3s and 6s and 9s. And Nikola Tesla, he was so obsessed with the 3, 6, and the 9s. Before he'd go to work, he would drive around the building 3 times. And he was really
everything he did it 3 times.
And the conspiracy behind him is basically the government killed him because he was going to create free energy. If you had free energy, then you couldn't tax it. That's what you meant by talking about the first creators.
There is a story out there where somebody does claim that he was betrayed, though.
He was betrayed.
He was betrayed. Like he wanted the energy to be free for the world.
Yeah.
Because he's getting he's basically balancing out the energy in the world, my nigga. So where he's giving us energy back, what the world is supposed to be giving us. You know what I'm saying? Like you know how like niggas invest in like solar panels and shit. Like that's a very smart investment if you really think about it, man. Like you really don't have to burn like fossil fuels and stuff like that, and then pollute our atmosphere, and then we got to worry about a motherfucking hole open up in our atmosphere and stuff like that. You know, it's just it's. I think it's better. It's more efficient, my nigga. The solar panels, bro. So I think everybody should go solar with this shit. Real talk.
So what this mini dog basically explained why he was obsessed with the pyramids. The pyramids were shaped, and they were not only the dimensions of it, but where it was at longitude and latitude of the Earth. It could pull. So you see the northern lights, and you see like there's like electricity build up in our atmosphere. Basically, those are power plants. They were power plants sucking up. That's why they were placed specifically where they were at. And I think it was, I can't tell you the dimensions. Well, let's look up the coordinates.
Why you say everyone should go solar panel?
Because it's basically better. Like if you say you have a house out in the country, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, instead of having like somebody go out there and basically just put a fucking land line to your shit so you get power, you could just run them solar panels and charge up a shitload of batteries, connect that way, and then you have your whole house connected to it. You run it off of basically free energy.
I feel like you're someone who's gonna survive during the zombie apocalypse.
Oh man, dude. There ain't no more flamethrowers from Nikola Tesla had. Not Nikola Tesla, man.
No, you talking about Elon Musk.
I'm talking, yeah.
You seen he made his own
But I kind of
company.
get, like, whenever you say Tesla, I kind of think of Nikola.
Yeah, they're from the same, like they're from the same bloodline, right?
Exactly. Well, maybe.
The same families. Because we were talking down in the garage room and there's like
yes.
What's up, baby, bro? That's probably the 12.
Going deep on this.
The 12 families.
Yes, sir.
I've never heard of the 12 families.
She's
you
never
recently
heard of 12
told
families.
me.
I've heard of them. Hey, yes, I'm
Can you
very,
dumb it down for me? Anybody?
Well, basically, they're supposed to be like the leaders of this. What we see in our banks and like media and like they basically like supposed to be like the fucking.
Okay, so basically social media, the internet, and everything that we see, like news, newspapers, banks, everything that we, fast food, like all of that is made out of 12 families, and the 12 families control every business in America.
Well, I think it's 12 or 13. I think it's 13 families.
Every business, basically, right.
Yeah.
Well, if you ever thought of this, you see 13 different families, and back in the day they talk about 13 original colonies. What if each family owned them 13 colonies, and then they just spread it and said, "Fuck it, we're gonna take over this bitch, nigga.
We going
fuck
deep.
y'all, fuck y'all Mexicans. You know what? I'm Mexican myself, so I can.
What about the Canadians, bro?
But that's how they was thinking back in the day. They wanted full, like they wanted. Take over everything and wanted everything to be theirs.
But they don't control Mexico or none of that
They can't do all that.
No.
It's
white people. White people taking over America. America.
Well, America.
I think most of the bloodlines are white, but man, this is the type of shit that you don't even get to hear in school.
Right.
And I promise, man, we need
to
be
I never heard of this.
Man, okay. So for our next pause, I'm finna do some research. I'm going to ahead and we're taking this shit serious. We're taking this shit serious now, okay? I'm doing some research. We're going Joe Rogan on them. I want to let y'all know about some shit. So I'm going to next pod, just give me like
what
a week.
What kind of research?
Bro, hey, I'll give you something.
Conspiracy.
Yeah, okay. Whatever you want to go into.
Just make your mind just...
Bad shit that people don't want to hear about.
Yeah.
That they don't want to teach you in school.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of shit that they didn't teach us in school. They just taught us about, little bullshit. Like, everybody seen the damn picture with George Washington on the boat. Yeah, big deal.
Right.
But they don't say how they gained
all of that.
They don't say what they did in order for the world to be the way it is.
In a way they probably don't know.
Like, and and people they ain't from this country, bro. And they hate us. They hate us as Americans because they see what the people the founders of our country, they see what they did, and so they judge us based on that. They go, okay, everybody is like them because that's what they did to get over there.
Bro, maybe in a way, they don't know because everything that they're given to teach the kids is coming from the government, and the government wants you to know only certain things.
Or what if it's a simulation?
What? No, listen to me. Listen to me. So the teachers get textbooks from the government, and they're told to teach this specific thing in this semester and this semester. So the government doesn't only wants us to know certain things. They don't want us to know everything. They don't want us to know things that we shouldn't know. That would probably connect us in a way because they want us divided. They want
exactly because if they divide us as as people, they divide us by somebody saying stupid like
race, religion,
it distracts us from the main agenda.
Politics.
It distracts.
You're blowing my mind right now. Yes, it distracts us from the main agenda,
does, my nigga.
Yes, that's what Donald Trump. And that's all you see in politics right now. The left and the right.
Yes,
and there's so much more.
And people are against each other all the time.
If you ask somebody, as an individual, are you left or you right, or like, and if you break it down into like the different viewpoints, you may take a little bit from the left, you may take a little bit of the right. There's no room for any like
and
middle
you can
ground.
Always be in the middle, but they don't want us to be in the middle. They don't want us to be.
Just to be on
they don't want us to be
shit.
peaceful.
Nigga, cut your fucking arm right now. I cut my arm right now, nigga. We still gonna bleed the same color.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it don't matter. Dude.
And that's
what I'm saying. And what really tripped me out is that people just go out of control with it sometimes.
Yes.
Over the smallest shit. Like, I seen some shit on Facebook. It was about these little emojis. And niggas was like, oh, well, there's only a white family set. Nah, nigga, them niggas is yellow.
Wait,
so,
what?
Yellow, well,
they, to me, nigga, I think that's a Simpsons, bro.
Oh, so you're right.
They character so nobody could get offended because they,
You've heard the Simpsons conspiracy where the Simpsons predicted.
Go on. I don't know if anybody who's listening to this has Disney Plus, but there's a little section on there that says a Simpsons predicted future episodes, and they have a lot of them.
No shit.
Yeah, it's
no.
The categories?
Yo,
I watched them last night, bro. Matter of fact.
Their categories?
Yeah.
Okay, because I've seen an episode where they had Donald Trump as president on The Simpsons years back. You seen that before?
And there's this picture that they have that's like...
They predicted a lot of shit.
Oh, yes,
they predicted Michael... I think they predicted Michael Jackson's death. They predicted Donald Trump. They predicted a whole bunch of social media, empires.
Dude, there was a conspiracy on one of the writers. Didn't he just recently die from The Simpsons?
Who?
I don't want to put that out there, but I mean...
I'm not too...
it's familiar?
I'm not too familiar with the names of the creators, but I'm pretty sure, there's got to be some kind of,
what
story
the fuck?
behind it or some shit.
You scared me. I thought you were someone else.
I thought that was the government busting in on us.
I saw a shadow.
They found us, cuz. They found us. We need to relocate.
Oh, man.
Yo, but honestly, what were we talking about?
The Simpsons on how they predicted. The Simpsons on how they predicted everything.
I was trying to read. What's his name? Samuel Michael.
Yeah, but I thought someone died recently or something.
Oh, nigga, that's a...
You can't see.
I can't.
You need some glasses.
Yeah, I really
Get
do.
some glasses.
2015.
Ain't nothing wrong with them. I wouldn't
Simpsons.
I'm trying to. I don't know how much they cost though. I know.
Not that bad. They're not that bad. You got insurance?
I know Walmart got that little plan, but I think you get a pair of glasses from there, and them hoes just break right when you leave.
Okay, I got it.
I mean, you gotta take care of them, bro. Can't be just.
I need to get that
one
little small, that little small one that just goes on your nostril right here. Just set it on there.
No.
Little nice square ones. With
my god.
Versace. Wow,
with diamonds around it.
Yeah, dude. I'm not wearing my glasses right now, but I got a couple pairs from Walmart, and with my insurance, it paid it out pretty much everything. So
they're nice. They're some Burberry.
Yeah, they're nice ones too. No, I didn't get the Burberrys from Walmart. I got
they got Burberry at Walmart?
No, definitely not.
Oh, nigga.
They stepping it up.
Hey, Walmart is stepping up their swag. Have you seen?
Yo,
their
yeah,
clothes?
they are. Have you seen their clothes, bro?
Hey,
they're pretty nice.
They had a problem with their clothes at one time. They put that snowman in one though.
Oh yeah, I seen the sweater. Yeah, I wanted to cop it. I guarantee you would cop that. and you would buy like a bunch of them, you could resold them for like
They had
like $100, right?
they had one.
Or some shit like that just to build the hype
Probably
up.
tried, yeah.
Yeah.
Niggas will buy that. Like,
Yeah.
These are
It's exclusive. This is the original one banned. Yeah, build the hype up, man. This is a whole conspiracy.
They had another one that was banned too. It was an alien sticking a butt plug in Santa. Y'all didn't see that one?
Oh my god, dude. No, I never
How
seen
the hell
that
did
shit.
Walmart be
How the
wild.
hell did the corporate of Walmart approve that
Hey,
shit?
someone got hired that they shouldn't have got hired.
I think
And they probably got fired.
I think on Walmart.com they kind of try to do something like the Amazon to where you can kind of
Oh,
like
yeah.
sellers, yeah. So something maybe slipped through the crack. But
They
anyways, when
sure
we
got our
about
attention.
we talking about the Simpsons, we're talking about conspiracies. Jeffrey Epstein documents Simpsons creator Matt Groening allegedly receiving foot massage from 16-year-old girl on his island. You've heard about Jeffrey Epstein and his island?
Who, Epstein?
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about that nigga they murked in jail?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every day.
They say it's
It's a conspiracy.
We'll talk about that here.
Hey, let's all whisper conspiracy. Conspiracy.
Oh, it's like ASMR. Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself.
Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill him.
Oh, nigga, I see just federal court, nigga.
Okay. No, but check it. There's like a whole conspiracy that he was a part of, like he visited the islands. They have like a whole bunch of.
Goddamn, bro. What you made me do?
So you heard the whole story about it. There's like he had like an island that he was like kind of running like a pedophile ring for like
Well,
the
it was
elites.
like he had like it was like a sex ring kind of thing.
Yeah, they had like an island
Man, I
full of
bet you that
underage
island was
kids.
filthy.
Filthy, just underage kids. What it was is he had the estate ran with audio and video. So what it basically was is for elites, politicals, he would get them to go on the island and blackmail them. So he'd get audio, video of them having sex with underage children.
Wow.
And yeah, implicating them into
That's fucked up, bro.
child pedophilia and stuff like that, you know? So they would have dirt on them. So basically what the elites could do is be like, hey, you do this for us or we leak this. Because back in the day, remember back in the day, they could be like, hey, so-and-so is gay or so-and-so is having an affair with their wife and shit like that, you know?
Wow.
As far as
That's
elections.
sick.
But now this Jeffrey Epstein character, apparently he was like the guy that did all the blackmailing for the elites. It get them
Hold on,
involved
when you
with that.
say
So
elite, you mean
like
the
Hillary.
13. All right. Well, yeah, man, you should look up Bohemian Grove, though, bro.
Yes,
that shit.
Bohemian Grove.
It's that shit that goes down up there in
no,
North
no.
Cali, man. I
Oh,
heard
no,
that shit.
no,
I
no.
heard that shit is actually legit, man. Joe Rogan was talking about that shit. Man.
Did you listen?
He
You
said,
know it's real.
Man, he said, man.
Alex Jones implicated it. The Bohemian Grove.
Well, there was.
Or not, what? I don't even know if I'm using that word right. I'm trying to just sound like a podcaster and using implicated. But Alex
Well,
Jones.
Look it up, please.
Implicated? Oh yeah.
No,
so-
Bohemian Growth.
Oh, Bohemian Grove.
Hey, but I heard like they said that they were burning like they will burn like an animal or something, man.
Oh my
goat.
God.
Like
You know,
a goat.
instead of like I don't know how the
Bohemian
hell if that's even better, but you know, or if that shit I know that shit ain't even right. You ain't supposed to kill nothing, but anyway.
Bohemian
Like-
Grove is a restricted 2,700 acre campground at 2601 Bohemian
Look at that.
Avenue in
Look at how short that
Monterey,
shit is.
California, United States, belonging to a private San Francisco-based gentlemen's club known as the Bohemian Club. In the mid-July each year, Bohemian Grove hosts a more than 2-week encampment of some of the most
Prominent men in the world.
prominent.
telling
I
you-
can't see that
I'm
word. I
telling you,
didn't wear my glasses.
it's the leader, man. Like the
Oh,
the
well,
leaders of
no,
the
well,
world, man.
the thing is like Oprah and shit goes to the
But you
Bohemian
know,
Grove.
I heard.
What the fuck? Is
well,
that the KKK?
No, the KKK. This is like more like the Illuminati type realm.
Yeah, well, it's more of like the
What the
KKK on
fuck?
fucking steroids, man. Like they just went out of control.
The KKK.
What? So they
KKK
burn animals?
Mhm.
Why?
a sacrifice.
Well, yeah, it's more of like a sacrifice, so you know they could keep continuing to be wealthy and powerful. But instead,
a sacrifice to Satan.
You think
but
they?
but back in the
people?
day, they actually.
That's why when they say you go to a highway and sell your soul, you take a sacrifice.
Yeah. You know how the
That's why
Mayans used to sacrifice people too, man, and they would want to be sacrificed willingly because they believe if they was to,
Sacrifice themselves, then they save themselves.
Their people will be.
They believed in
flourish, basically.
Yeah, true. Yeah, they're doing it for their people.
Yeah.
But didn't they also believe that there was like something more to this? Did they believe in any type of afterlife?
Well, obviously, yeah, because they're sacrificing themselves for other people, so they're believing that they're going to go to a certain place so that their other people can flourish in this afterlife that they probably can't, or they're probably going in the same place. I don't know.
Put the Mayans on the Wikipedia. Put Mayans.
I mean, come on though. Like what I said has got to be true though, because they're sacrificing.
They actually had like a calendar that I think it was really huge, man. There's pictures on.
Yeah, they have a calendar. They predicted
made
like
out of
most
stone,
of the future.
but it was really huge.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fucking scientists were like, they were standing right there, and they were just like, damn, what the fuck these niggas up to, man?
I think the Mayans actually like created our calendar.
Well, the Mayan calendar is the one.
Well, that was the whole thing.
That we're based off of, right?
That was the whole 2012 thing.
Oh,
the
okay,
Mayan calendar in 2012.
Well,
did they not just run out of stone? Just let it right in? I don't know. But
they were probably too lazy to make that calendar bigger.
Like I was saying earlier, what if it did end in 2012 and we're just like in an alternate universe? When as far as like the Mandela effect, that's why people kind of start to notice like slight differences in it. And that's why you have deja vu. You're like, what's going on?
Yeah, man.
Like
I have a lot of deja vu, man.
Mm-hmm.
I swear I have.
Honestly,
but I think deja vu is. I think it's like basically it's like telling you at the right place at the right time. But
yeah, okay, I get that.
If you want to make it continue, like sometimes deja vu actually lasts for longer than a couple of seconds, man. It actually progresses.
Your dreams are what you get deja vu from, because in your dreams you connect the past, the present, and the future, and you don't realize it because you're unconscious. But your brain is like.
But you do so much bizarre things in your dreams.
You have
there's some things that you can't do here.
You can't understand it.
I had a dream. One time. I was getting chased by an alligator. Okay, check it. I was walking around on a pond when I was a kid, and all of a sudden, I don't know, the alligator. I was just sitting there, like I was in knee-high water. I was walking around the pond and stuff like that, checking it out. And an alligator came after me, and no, check it. It wasn't at first. It was an alligator, then turned into a shark. And that's what was weird, because it was like a pond where I was from in Louisiana. So I'm just like, oh yeah, alligator's chasing me. So I'm just going to run. If I run, I can get away from it, just zigzag and get off. Alligator's pretty quick though, out of water too. So, but in my dream, it turned into a shark, and I was swimming. I was swimming so fast, and then I hit water, but because I was in like knee-high water. I hit land.
Mm-hmm.
I snapped my fingers, I turned the dirt into land. Now it's just getting it, and I got away from the shark. Doesn't make no sense. That's retarded. And I still remember that dream to this day. So what the hell does that mean?
Have you ever Googled your dream before, man? Like a website?
I have, but sometimes it's off thing. But can I tell you guys something? Mm-hmm. So I used to live in this haunted house, right? And I know it was haunted because my grandma with dementia, like she saw that shit, and she was very Catholic. And so she believed in God a lot. And I mean, she even saw it, and she wouldn't even remember my name, but she remembered what she saw. So I knew it was haunted. And so I would hear shit at night, and then I would see this like ghost in the corner of my room, but I never said anything, and I never did anything, and it never hurt me. But I had a dream one night, and I want to say it was real, but I know it wasn't real because I know like that it didn't happen. So it was a dream of me going in my air vent, like down the hall. Like my bedroom's like right here, and then down the hall is this air vent, and you like open it up, bro, and I looked up, and it was like a tunnel to like a big airway to the like attic. And so I seen this girl hanging herself, and she like hung herself from the attic into this airway, and she like was hanging there. She had like a white dress on, and then.
Didn't you tell me? Did you tell me it had like it happened a couple of times, and it happened at the same time at night?
Yes, it was always 3:00 in the morning.
And I have a creepy feeling about 3:00. I've had some weird things happen.
That's the devil's hour.
That's what that's.
That's the devil's hour.
Yeah, 3:30.
3:33.
I know. Okay. Well,
but anyways,
you need to finish the story first of all.
So that's why I think that dreams are connected to like other things, because not only are when you're asleep you give off a lot of like fucking enzymes or whatever, like shit. Your brain is like active while you're asleep, and it's like running, and it's processing all of your thoughts from the day, the past, the present, and the future. So like it's processing all of this shit. And so like your brain is like very active, and you give off a lot of like hormones and shit, so you can you can connect to different realities. Like
so basically, okay, you know how DMT is built in your brain, and they say that DMT is producing pineal gland.
That's what I'm talking about. You can see.
We're full circle right here, yo. We're full circle.
Yeah, because
we are full circle in this podcast.
No, because yes.
Okay, we're talking about Egyptians. You know the eye of Horus. Yes. It's shaped like the pineal gland. Okay, pineal gland. I'm gonna learn how to talk first. All right, pineal gland.
However you say it.
However you goddamn say it. We're from Texas. I would talk.
Jacob.
All right, so pineal gland, it produces DMT.
We in a murder.
And you have DMT. It will near death experiences. It will shoot DMT in your brain. And you basically have a trip. They also say in REM sleep, your brain releases DMT.
That's what I'm talking about.
And that's why you say like it's portals.
So
DMT has been described as a chemical gateway into a different realm, into like a different
exactly
portal.
And that's why that movie, that scary movie, what was it, not Inception, but Insidious, when he fell asleep
in his dreams,
he was going into like his soul was going into like the different realms, and he was like traveling there, and that's why the demons could get
and kid got lost into
and once I didn't even see that movie before that shit happened to me, and then then I saw the movie and I was like, that shit makes so much sense, and I didn't understand it because I didn't know the scientific way around it. But
and didn't you tell me that something did happen in the house? Someone hung themselves.
Yes. Like there was like 2 or 3 people that died.
Before all this happened, and it was a girl or something.
They never specified it, but yeah,
she's seen her,
and it was real. And my grandma heard screams, and like I heard screams like from the attic, so I know that people died.
Where does Bond, bro? Where is Bond? And
that's why I'm saying like dreams, like it's not. That's why you feel deja vu, because it's connecting the past, the present, and the future. And sometimes you're like, maybe if you jump into another realm and you see the future happen, that's why you get deja vu.
In my
is that
dream,
crazy?
I talk to Oprah.
Oprah?
Yeah. Maybe you'll talk to Oprah one day. You want to talk to Oprah?
She told me like
email Oprah.
Probably, man. Oprah's gonna run for president. Nah.
I think Michelle Obama should.
But Kanye's gonna run for president, he said.
Oh my God. Anybody can at this point.
No, but
I don't know. But I don't know if Kanye be able to run this country though on the cool. What do you think? Honestly, what do you be honest with you? Because he did say he put a video out there saying he was going to try to be the president.
Anybody that wants to run the country probably shouldn't run the country. The people that should be a leader don't want to be leaders.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it's hard to be
that's a lot of pressure.
It's hard to be a good person when you leading such type of shit, man. You can't be a soft ass nigga, man. You gotta be straight up. Yeah. Whenever when that shit happened with the trade centers in New York. Whenever Bush got out of office, Obama had to come in and take care of that shit. What Obama do? He went in there and he, took old boy out, man. He sent people to go take him out.
Yeah.
And why it take the other niggas so long to try to find somebody or not? It could be it could have been a double though, bro.
Could have had a contract with them fool.
I don't know, man.
But I did hear some shit about that shit back in the day where Clinton was getting warnings and shit already. Like they were already getting warnings about that.
Clinton.
But
There's a lot of shit that we don't know, you
They
guys.
never reacted to it, you know? Like, they were like, okay, we're fixing to fuck y'all up.
A lot of
And
shit
they're just
that we
like,
don't
oh,
know.
whatever, dude. Whatever.
Yo,
You just-
I
there's
feel
a lot
like
of shit
as
that-
far as like a lot of shit we don't know, I feel like we didn't even like we left something hanging on the DMT and
No, there's a
realm
lot of
talk.
shit that we don't
When
know
you-
because they don't put a lot of shit in the media, and you know, a lot of the
They just put
presidents they
shit
got
in it,
contracts with the
yeah.
people that we think that we're
Yeah.
trying to fight.
I mean, besides that, like what we were talking about earlier, when you're talking about your experience with the paranormal.
Oh yeah,
That right there,
That shit was
I feel
great.
like we left that hanging. That conversation, like that. As far as like, was it Insidious? You're
Yeah.
right. It kind of is like Insidious.
that did happen
It's-
to
I
me.
feel like
I'm not gonna lie
there is
to you.
like a lot more going on than what we can see. That's what they call it. It's like the 3D realm. So when we speak on that, that's the one thing I want to talk about. So basically, what the theory is we're only experiencing like time doesn't really exist besides right now in this physical realm. There's
That's bullshit.
past, present, and so okay, say past, present, and future exist all at once, and that's kind of what the message of say like in the Bible when we go back, we can go even further back when we talk about biblical in our first in part 1, that Jesus was showing us a light, and basically, okay, if you look at the cross, it meets in the middle. You know, it's past, present, and future. It's 3 points meeting in the middle.
There's
Jesus-
4.
Yeah,
Well,
okay,
the
but
one
you
holding I guess with the other one would be the foundation, right? Because that's the whole.
You were talking about 1, 2, and then 3.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I thought you were talking about 1, 2, and 3.
and it is pierced 3 times. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Hold on, bro.
Go ahead, man. You pee, bro.
Hey, go. I know.
No, yeah, no.
You can edit
Go
it
ahead.
later.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
No, do your thing, bro.
Shall return.
Yeah, okay. So where I was going with that is what they say is like everything is pretty much connected.
Yeah.
And there's something about Jesus not being like dying at like age 30 or something like that. Something about it being a 3. But I'm not for sure. Let's see the Wikipedia.
Honestly, if you Google that, you're gonna get a boatload of information.
And you know, who's to say, right? Yeah, that happened so long ago. Who's gonna know?
That's what I was saying earlier. What one person wrote the Bible and decided that all of these stories were true, and we're just gonna put it in one book.
I think okay, so like see,
I
because
don't-
it mentions
I don't get
about 30 years old. It says something. It's always about 30, and then April AD 30 and 3. April AD 3. It's all about 3s and 3s and 3s with Jesus. And Jesus is what they say is he's one incarnation of God. So he's basically just trying to show like the light of what we really are. They have what's the Trinity? Father.
Bro, can you get me a water out the fridge, pretty please?
There's some waters right here in this main fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Water break.
Yeah.
Water. Stay hydrated, motherfuckers.
I tried that shit before, bro.
Huh?
I really did. And that shit made me just want to piss more.
What?
With the water trick.
Oh, I don't know, but I'm about on a water trick. I'm trying not to pee on this podcast, and look, check it out. And speaking of 3s, we're 33 minutes in right now. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the 3s, okay, whatever is
We
in it,
33 minutes
Trinity.
in.
Yeah, and Trinity is Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Jesus was one incarnation of God to try to show us a light that there's more to than this reality right here.
Yeah.
He was the Son. The Holy Spirit is that feeling that you get, that God, you in that conversation you have with God, that feeling you get. You ever had some type of moment where you just had chills and you just felt like
Yeah.
an overwhelming type of thing?
Yeah.
That's the Holy Spirit. That's God taking over you.
Goosebumps.
Yes. And Father, Son, the Holy Spirit. The Father is the one running all this. This is one we don't see until after carnation. That basically in the Bible is we go to heaven, and then in Buddha we we die, we realize that we are one, we are God, just experiencing this, and then we get reincarnated into another life.
That'll be amazing, though.
And talk about the threes.
You really think about it.
We talk about the threes and talk about, I really believe in synchronicities. So when we started like trying to start doing the podcast, and I was working, getting some money to get the equipment and stuff together, I have a special relationship with 3, 9s, and 6. See, my birthday is March 3rd, 1996. So my birthday is 3396. I'm also the 3rd. And remember I told you how you are my initials?
No
JP,
shit.
Jacob, because Jacob Paul Tapman the 3rd. My grandfather actually went by JP. We all name is Jacob, but we all go by something else. My grandpa went by JP. My dad, he goes by Jay, and I go by Jake.
But I'm the Spaniard one.
So it's like maybe you are me. You know what I mean? So it's like what? Maybe. So I'm pulling out this energy in the universe. Maybe I'm just attracting just like the right type of people.
I was born dead in the middle of the year, bro, on June 15th, 1987. I'm a Gemini, man. I'm a Gemini. Fuck.
You look into all that stuff?
Yeah, I did. I did, and then I look at myself. I'm like, yeah, that's me, man. Because I could be happy 1 minute, and then I could be somebody else a whole nother.
I'm a Pisces, but I don't really know anything other than that.
Pisces.
They say there's a Pisces age right now. I didn't know I was a Pisces until I was into this one podcast, and it's like it's the end. It's like the age of Pisces, and we're going to the end of Pisces. It's like, oh, it's my time. I'm starting the podcast. I'm seeing 3s. I'm seeing 9s. I'm seeing 6s. I'm like, the synchronicities are lining up. Maybe the universe, the God is telling me that I'm going in the right direction. Because that's what I really want to do with this podcast. I kind of want to just like illuminate people, kind of to like provoke their mind into thought and to question what they're really doing.
Let them know that they're not the only ones out there that have the similar thoughts. But, it like whenever we first did the first one, dude, I was like, man, I'm fixing to go in here and I'm fixing to do the damn thing, and then to come out here and nothing, bro.
No, nothing.
I swear to God, I was like it ain't like this time, nigga. This time, we comfortable now, bro.
Yeah.
We getting closer. And then we get deeper. It just gets. You just fuck with it, fuck with it and just.
It's
see
a lot
it goes,
easier
bro.
the second time. I tell you, it really is.
Bro. It really is, man. I really appreciate you for letting me do this shit.
Oh man,
it's fun, huh?
Because if this shit does actually do something, I'm gonna be like, damn.
Bro, shit, you're gonna be
JP.
We all gonna be like, damn.
Oh, for real. Yeah, because we're just some regular ass people doing this shit. Apparently, that's what everybody else is doing, what it is. I don't know if it's some bag scheme or something like that. Because I ain't finna sell my soul or nothing bullshit to try to be at the top. I'm just some regular ass dude trying to.
I'd rather not. I love my dog.
No, hell no. I love God and Jesus. Praise the Lord. Praise Beyonce. Praise Beyonce.
Look how happy he is.
Right. We are happy.
Yeah, that's his place of zen.
Yeah, man.
Hey, check out our crystals, bro.
I know, that's awesome.
It brings good vibes, bro.
It does.
We try
I licked it. It's actual salt.
I think it was fucking with us at the beginning, though. It was like, I'm going to test these niggas and see what they can do first. It was just throwing off their energy, like.
Oh, us? You talking about the universe? What's testing? Yeah. They are listening. And
they were like, nigga.
Hey, we're comfortable now. Yo, y'all can open up to us. We're out here now. Y'all show us some love. You hear me?
What is
I'm sorry.
Let's give him one of them experts or something, man. Show him something crazy. The writings or something.
Well, there was this one paper that I had wrote, man. It was just like a whole bunch of shit, and then like. I was just basic thoughts of like how I thought the world was shaped and shit like that.
How you think it's shaped?
Flat Earth.
Don't say flat Earth. No. There is not a flat Earth. You guys.
Well,
you think there's a flat Earth?
You can't really just. Why can't niggas just be like, man, just listen to this nigga. What if he's onto something? What if this nigga like they got that saying? Even the little nigga got the saying. Well, that's the way I say it, but other niggas say it a different way, like. But even the little nigga got something to say. Listen to that nigga, see what he say, bro. Like, I don't know. I'm not saying I support them niggas. I'm just saying maybe they onto something, bro. Maybe they see something.
The flat Earth community is they?
Because they really like to get scientific with it, you know.
Well,
I seen this documentary of this nigga trying to shoot this big ass powerful laser, and then whenever he was like 5 miles away, that fucking laser like amplified. It got like this.
But have you ever been on a plane?
Yeah,
No, I have not.
You see the,
Okay, you got okay. So see, okay, that'll change your perspective because once you get on a plane, you can see like honestly, it's like a 360. You can see like the curvature of the Earth and everything, and then once you get in the clouds, yeah, that'll change your perspective a lot.
Oh,
and
no.
that's honestly no.
Okay, so there's nothing wrong with if the world is the way it is, like okay, one day it's gonna come to the light, and then what if it's something that nobody fucking thought of? They're gonna be like, oh, well, y'all niggas are some idiots because y'all thought it was like this.
Honestly, I don't believe in the flat Earth, bro. I've been on a plane. I've seen NASA. And
you know what I think it is? I think it is when you've been lied to your whole life, and like, because when you look into conspiracies, there's a majority of them that are true. That shit will change your perspective of your reality. You're like, hey, what is going on here? Because you think your government has the best interest in you, but sometimes that is not the case.
Yeah.
So when you've been lied to so much, sometimes you're like, what else are they lying to us about?
Yeah, I agree.
The big premise of flat Earth
it makes your mind just wonder.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're like, okay, well, let's look into it and let's just see how far we go with this shit. You know what I'm saying? And then you start figuring shit out. And you're just like, but I believe, I think the world is not flat, bro.
Well, I mean, either way.
I actually think our Earth, our planet, dude, is a celestial body just like our moon. It has to be the same size, but, well, not the same size, similar.
Okay, either way.
They're celestial bodies, man, that rotate in this fucking solar system, bro, and in our galaxy.
What do you mean by celestial bodies?
Like a moon, bro, like a whole planet. That's what a celestial body is.
Like kind of like it has its own like
it has its own planet,
particular thing of life,
its own magnetic pool, all that shit.
Oh, okay. So it's a rock, a big ass round rock.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. But so check it out. Either way, if it's a sphere, is it a cube? Is it a hexagon?
Is it a donut?
Is it a ring?
I think. Okay.
Is it a flat Earth? Either way. What we're experiencing right now, dude, we're sitting here talking on mics on podcasts, dude. Talking about, hey, what shape is the Earth? Either way, this shit is a trip, dude. Like, this shit does not make sense. Why we're experiencing it? If the universe is so vast, and there's all these rocks and these gases, what are we doing right here? This is some extraterrestrial shit right here. This is like far out, dude.
There's definitely other planets with us doing this on it.
There's got to be. There
is because there's black holes. There's like shit that we can't explain. There's like magnetic fields that we can't go through. There's a whole bunch of shit, and we only know like
simulation. We're in a computer. Your TV just turned.
What's up? Hey, when the
honestly, I don't even know anymore, you guys.
No, dude.
But you can't help but for your mind to think like that sometimes.
Right.
Though. Sometimes you question yourself about the shit.
And you know what's even more crazier? The eyes can only perceive so much. So what we see in front of us is not really what it is.
That's what they say is like our vision.
We are only getting like
there's a filter to make it like make more sense to us. And that's one of my theories. And look, now that we're like 43 minutes in, we can talk about crazy shit because the only people that are listening to some other crazy motherfuckers like us.
Right.
So let's go. Let's get wild in this bitch. Okay, so when you take acid, like how you see like shit is wavy. And you see like these shits like you see them in like prisms and shit like that. I feel like that's like when you take acid, your pupils dilate. Maybe it gets like more light into your eyes because they say we're like light beings.
Can I cut you off?
Okay, go cut me off.
I don't think that acid opens up, that type of reality. I think that maybe shrooms does.
But they do the same thing.
No, acid is man-made.
The thing, how it was made, right?
Acid is man-made, though.
It was made to replicate psilocybin.
But it was man-made.
Okay, but it's a synthetic psilocybin.
You can't get anything really.
So hydro is man-made, though.
Huh?
Hydroponics This man.
No, it's just
or that just add shit to it.
No. Hydroponics is like talking about like weed.
Yes,
So
sir.
basically, no, that's
Weed
just
can be man-made.
no.
Best thing in the world, bro.
Hydroponic is basically just us manipulating it, like putting in the best possible conditions, the best environment possible. That's why you get weed at like levels at 33% THC and shit like that.
If you ask me, if like humans tamper with it, it's man-made. But if you take real shrooms from the ground and you trip on them,
check it out.
That's what that's what I was thinking too, bro. Because you're actually altering their genetics and shit, bro. You're actually making it stronger.
it's not gonna do it on its own.
It's not altering the genetics, though. It's just making it stronger. It's the same genetic.
But babe, it's not gonna do it on its own.
Come on now.
Y'all want to argue about it? It's not the same. It's the same genetics. It's just stronger. It's more potent.
It's like steroids.
It's the same weed we were smoking in high school. It's just that basically cloned. After a while, they take the best buds. Okay, they're like, oh, this one really grew really good, so they clone that, and they just keep getting it better. Just kind of how like we evolved as humans. Right now, before we were apes, now we're sitting here fucking talking on our podcast through headphones and shit to each other. Live streaming on YouTube. What's up? Subscribe to our channel, Test Tube Talk.
Babe, but okay, so apes didn't make chemicals that we know of to make us humans. So that's all natural. If you want to say that we evolved from apes, then you have to say that apes had like chemicals to evolve us to be hairless, to have regular teeth, to have nice
according
balls
to
and dicks.
I think that had if that's true
Nice balls and dicks.
we just got
Have you seen an ape's dick?
if that's true about us evolving from apes and shit, I'm pretty sure that shit had to take a little bit, bro.
Okay, have you heard of this stuff?
I don't know. Nowadays I don't know, bro.
Shit, I don't even know anymore, y'all.
Exactly. It's all about entertainment, bro.
We don't need hair no more because we developed communities and villages that we live in houses that we don't need as much fur to protect us from the climate.
Okay.
Have you heard of the stone?
Okay.
What?
But we did that on our own. We did that on our own. These weed plants are not doing that on their own. They're not evolving into different places. They're not moving from Colorado to Texas.
And just like us, we're not evolving on our own. Aliens have a hand in us, leading us in the right direction. What's up? We gotta turn this whole direction around. We cut me off, okay?
This nigga said aliens got their
You made me forget what the hell I was talking about. JP, where was I going with that conversation earlier?
Aliens evolved us, and we evolved weed.
Okay, no, that was you wanted to hear about the stone ape theory. You heard about that?
The stone ape theory?
Yeah.
I want to hear it, bro.
The stone ape theory is, Dennis McKenna and Terrence McKenna, him and his brother, they were like philosophers, and they dealt heavy with psilocybin, specifically shrooms. They'd go out to the desert and just eat like a shit ton of shrooms. Just
why the desert, though?
I don't know.
Yeah, where do you get shrooms in the desert?
Shit, I don't know. I might just add that fact. This is bro science.
Can I ask you something?
Hold on, wait. Shrooms grow under cow shit, ain't it?
Yeah.
Well, maybe there was. Under,
I think they might have went and picked the shrooms. They might have went and picked the shrooms. They went to the desert to go find some.
But it got more potent.
Peyote.
It got more potent under armadillo shit.
Armadillo.
It's not cow shit. Well, how the hell is shrooms supposed to grow in the desert, bro?
No, I'm talking. Okay, they weren't in the fucking desert. I don't know where the fuck they were at. I added that fact. This is bro science, bro. I'm just fucking reiterating where the fuck I heard on Joe Rogan.
A fucking hard time, bro. That's what I'm doing, bro.
Okay, Dennis McKenna. Okay,
bro.
Him and his brother. Episode 2. No, it's episode 3. Part 2.
No, this is my second one.
Oh, this is
the first one was shit, bro. We should just delete that one.
No.
Yeah. No, we're not deleting it. Yeah, because they're gonna have to know a little bit about it just to tune in right now.
Just short it down to like maybe
the camera's rolling, everything's rolling, baby.
Okay, I was just making sure.
Okay.
Where are we?
Hey, welcome to my podcast.
Dennis McKinnon.
So Dennis McKenna. All right. Him and his brother came up. This is not fucking Dennis McKenna. This is a different Dennis. Okay, he played for the Chicago Bears. Number 85.
Wrong Dennis.
Look, you only quoted up. Okay, stoned ape theory.
Speaking
so basically,
I forgot. I don't know. It didn't look nothing like the
It was Terrence McKenna. Dennis McKenna is his brother. Okay, he believed that psilocybin mushrooms were the evolutionary catalyst from which language, projective imagery, the arts, religion, philosophy, science, and all of the human culture sprang. McKenna hypothesized. Yo, I'm doing a lot better reading. Y'all feel that? Yeah.
Read.
This is all right.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to my podcast.
Episode 2.
Episode 2.
Oh my god.
All right, McKenna hypothesized concerning the influence of psilocybin mushrooms of human evolution is known as the stone ape theory. So basically, we were like monkeys swinging around in trees and shit like that.
Dumb
and
niggas.
then forests started getting wiped out and shit like that, you know?
Well, you say forest. You say forest started getting wiped
Yeah,
out?
okay, so like
the Amazon that just burned?
rainforest, it started getting wiped out, and we
That
started.
shit just burned, bro.
Well, we're monkeys that we moved more into like grasslands and shit like that, so you got more roaming creatures, just like the cows and shit. So the cow they produce psilocybin mushrooms, and psilocybin mushrooms, they say, and they've done research on this that it can kind of improve vision. So as far as like. There's a fighter in the UFC. I wish I'm gonna start taking some alpha brain so I can remember all this shit that I learned from Joe Rogan. Shout out to Joe Rogan.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah, he would. And it's really big in the tech community. They microdose, and it basically just makes you it just makes you a little more keen. So it's kind of like you see shit coming. Your vision's a little more sharp.
Like Spider-Man.
And yeah. Basically like Spidey senses. Yo, they took shrooms. They got Spidey senses, and then they were swinging around. And they're like, yo, instead of just like pouncing on these motherfuckers, we got Spidey senses. Got these rocks and this swing, and then they could start throwing shit. So then they learned how to throw, and then once they learn how to throw and kill, they learned.
It was like fucking Planet of the Apes.
It kept evolving. When they're on shrooms, they're like, oh, we're a little bit more on point and sharp. So they started learning how to throw. They learned like not so much a bow and arrow, but like sticks, spears, rocks. And then they learned how to cook their food. And when they cooked their food, they got more nutrition from it. And that's when we started evolving. That's became us as men. You know, that's what the stone ape theory is trying to like explain. This one period of time where the brain developed 2 times the size.
You know
so
what?
like it's really hard to explain.
Well, when you say the development of the brain, the pineal gland is supposed to be actually the size of a golf ball. Our pineal gland that's in our brain is supposed to be that big, but right now
I don't believe that we came from apes because there are still apes out there.
I think.
So why didn't they turn?
I think an alien came down.
They went back in time, bro, and they were like, "We're gonna show them how they used to look, bro."
We are our own spirit. We are our own species because if you can explain the evolution of us, can you explain the evolution of dogs? Or before that, wolves.
Actually, like
before that, bears, dinosaurs.
Well, the descendants of dinosaurs was chickens or birds.
Descendants.
Okay, where did they come from?
They both from they have the same. How can you say? Like they genes are kind of the same, bro.
Okay.
Except it just keeps them from growing teeth inside of their beak.
They say that
Pause.
that chickens are most related to the T-Rex.
You guys.
Chickenosaurus.
They say dinosaurs used to have feathers, right?
They did have feathers, bro.
You believe in dinosaurs?
First of all, if you can explain the evolution of anything, can you explain the evolution of where we all came from? How did we all get on this earth? Every single species. No, you cannot. So scientifically, you can go back so far, but you cannot go back to the very beginning because nobody knows the very beginning.
You know who knows the very beginning?
Who?
Time.
God.
Time.
The Big Bang.
I think
nobody knows the very beginning.
Nobody knows. God does. The Big Bang.
We believe whatever we want to believe, but nobody knows.
Where God come from, though?
Truth.
What kind of race he from, though? If he could create all this,
I think God got bored.
Whatever you want to believe.
You know,
I think maybe God got bored and like snapped his fingers and was like, let me start something up. When you get bored, look, listen. With social media popping up right now, you get bored online. If you're on Facebook too long, I start talking shit on there. I start trolling and shit. You get bored. You see it all day long on Facebook. People are trolling, talking shit.
Like them emojis that were
maybe God
and
got
talking
bored.
about the race and then dividing the people. Just like have you ever listened to Pimp C? Pimp C, he said himself in one of his songs, bro. He said, as long as these niggas keep us divided, we ain't gonna never get up on that bread.
Have you ever thought about animals being divided though?
Like in zoos and shit?
No, like racially or like spiritually or religiously or whatever.
What do you think?
Why are we so divided? But do you think the animals are so divided?
Animals are divided. What do you think animals believe in though? You know what I'm saying?
We don't know
what they believe in.
Okay.
Is there a greater one?
Okay.
Go.
Okay.
Let's hear something.
All right. I don't think animals on the same conscience, like the same vibrations that we are on. They're not on the same consciousness.
Yeah.
I think animals are more like, because so if you're playing a video game, okay, you go on the campaign mode, or even on Call of Duty, you know you can play locally if you don't have internet, and there's like computers that can play you. Animals are that the CPUs, the computer generated players.
So, bro.
What?
Yeah.
It's the simulation.
We're the gods. We are the people here to like, we're the players. We're the conscious players.
We're the player one. Like
Animals are their own consciousness. They feel and they have their own realm of consciousness. And they're sharing it with us.
I don't know. I
and
find
we're
that hard.
sharing it with them.
I actually think, like from my point of view, bro, I actually think like they know more about this earth than we do, bro.
I know.
That's why they can't speak.
I find that idea,
because if they would be able to speak, bro, like they would be able. They can
speak, bro.
They'll be able to. Well, there's way they do.
They can't speak to us, but they can speak.
They speak to you kind of like neurologically.
My dog tries to speak to us.
I find that like idea really hard to subscribe to.
He's listening to us right now. Like he's dreaming, and he's just like dreaming of these niggas on the podcast.
Yeah.
But check it out. But check it out. Like they say that animals like dogs and such, they can see spirits. They see into different realms.
They do.
Yes.
They do. It's proven.
I know it's like hard to describe to, but man, I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. They're on their different realms.
Yeah. So this is my conspiracy. So animals, you, me, and animals, and all types of mammals, reptiles, anything. They're all sharing a consciousness on this earth. We're all a different consciousness. So like any different animal is a different consciousness, right? And we're all sharing it on this earth in this time. But there are other realms and there are other times, there are other timelines that we're all sharing it in. But we happen to be in the same one, so we're just all sharing this timeline. Does that make sense? Like our consciousness, our species of consciousness.
Like when you put our, like, say, you know how like it was BC, like, 1300 BC.
Mm-hmm.
So when you put our date, do you put like AD after it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're AD.
After death. Yeah, after Christ.
We're coming into 2020.
Yeah.
AD.
Definitely after death.
So you put AD on that.
AD, after death, after Christ. Let's say after.
Can you imagine if they added to the Bible?
Man, nigga, I found the Bible at this hotel I was staying at. It was pretty old, man. It was like 1958, and it's really weird, man. Like every other every other book, it was highlighted a different color. It always amazed me why they did that. I guess it was just to signify. I guess it was just to signify that it's a different book.
What stood out for him?
Or the what now?
Was it just a regular Bible?
It was a international Bible.
Can I add something?
The international Bible was here before no, it wasn't here before. It was like it's more of a Bible that the whole world uses instead of just one person that just believes that King James wrote that Bible.
Was it in English?
That version.
It was in English?
Yeah. It's in English. It's pretty big, man. It's big. But when like I said, bro, like I started writing shit all over it, bro. Like like it's not that I don't have no disrespect towards the Bible. It's just that when I read it, it kind of make more sense, bro. Like whenever you read the first line of the Bible, it's like, how the fuck does it go, bro? It's in Genesis, bro. Like it says in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth and shit like that. But I believe that God, like men, created it.
Can I add
You know what
something?
I'm saying?
What do you want?
Can I get you guys' perspective?
Because you got to
on
look at
this?
the book of Enoch. Like there's this book that they talk about. It's called the Book of Enoch, and that book is about the fallen angels, and they took it out. The people from the Vatican, they took it out, and people are trying to expose it through the Dead Sea Scrolls and stuff like that because it has some kind of connection with all that shit. Like I know people like believe like how like there's different race, like different there's Jews and stuff like that, and they believe in mythology. These niggas actually believe in this shit. Like there was gods and giants and stuff like that. But if you read in the Bible, they talk about Nephilim. A Nephilim is a giant. You know what I'm saying? They talk about that in the first book. It said at the time the Nephilim were on the land, and those were giants. They never spoke about that in church, man. Whenever I was like, why they never said that?
Well, you seen about
maybe because we was young and we didn't understand the whole thing.
Right.
But when you actually research the shit and you're like, man, what the fuck is a Nephilim? And you look it up, bro, and it's a fucking giant. It's a giant that existed in back in the day.
So you think that was what, dinosaurs?
I think if there was giants back in the day, they were as big as the dinosaurs.
Okay, I can.
So the dinosaurs were like, it was like us seeing a horse, but there were giants holding a T-Rex right next to them.
So I could believe that there's a giants because you heard about there's a Homo floresian.
Because they're actually finding like giant skeletons.
Yeah,
and
check
shit.
check this out. They're not only of a giant, but they found something that was related to us. It was genesis of Homo as in human, and the remains of an individual who would have stood about 1.1 meter, 3 foot and 7 inches. They're basically like mini humans, and they were wiped out. And
like trolls, kind of.
They lived
like trolls.
Maybe they were just many people.
They lived 12,000 years ago. That was not
kind of like Lord of the Rings, like the hobbits, bro. Mm-hmm. Like there were little people like that. Maybe that's like that kind of scenario.
Yeah. So if there was many people just 12,000 years ago, there had to been giant people too.
Well, I believe that they said that when you find bones like that and stuff like that, it takes millions and millions of years for them not to be able to find a speck of DNA left inside of your bones after it decays and fossilizes and everything. After that time goes, you there is no cells left in your that by their calculations, that's what they say that like there won't be like they try to resurrect dinosaurs and shit. That's where I was trying to get to whenever I was talking about that chicken.
They trying to clone.
They're trying to clone.
They're
actually trying. But they want to do it a little different. They want to actually use an actual chicken egg and actually alter the genetics in it.
And to make a T-Rex,
maybe it'll be more, but it'll have like T-Rex legs.
Dude, I guarantee you, in 5 years there's gonna be a Jurassic Park movie is real. That's just a prediction. There will be something like that.
Oh, they're gonna make that shit.
But they don't know how that shit's gonna affect us, man. Yeah, it's
but
fascinating.
But they want to make that shit for fun.
If they get out, they will.
Yeah, it's badass. Yeah, it's very, very badass that they will do that.
They want to bring back dinosaurs, but that shit'll terminate us.
Yeah,
Take us out.
We ain't gonna be able to get to the zombie apocalypse.
You've heard about the wolves in Yellowstone. They're talking about bringing wolves back in Yellowstone, which they already are.
Oh wait, what you mean?
In Yellowstone Park, they're bringing back wolves.
Bringing back wolves.
Yeah, they're talking
so they want to put some wolves all in.
Yeah, it will help out. They're talking about it will help.
They already got too many bears.
They already got too much goddamn pressure out there.
And mountain lions.
Yeah, and they really don't have any type of like. They're a predator. They don't really have anything that hunts them, though.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what the hell they're thinking. They're trying to bring back.
That's probably why old boy from the Jungle Book went to them niggas.
They're trying to bring
Mowgli. Yeah,
Mowgli.
If you know the story about Jungle Book, yeah, he went to a pack of wolves, man.
Oh, he
was raised by a pack of wolves.
Yeah.
The dominant, on top of the food chain like a human being.
You always hear those stories.
Mowgli
raised by. You've always heard those stories raised by a pack of wolves.
That's why everybody's like,
I'm the
lone wolf.
Can I talk about something controversial?
Oh, go ahead, bring it up, man. This is Test Tube Talk. We already an hour and 4 minutes in, so anybody that's listening now is some real motherfuckers that
You guys
they
ready
can
to
actually
cut
hear
it, or
this
are you
shit.
good? You want to keep going?
Oh, I don't care.
Let's keep it rolling, going. Throw what you want to do.
Okay, so I wanted to know.
Kind of got to piss again, though, but...
Go pee, bro.
I don't drink that whole damn thing. I swear.
Go pee, bro.
Go for it, brother. Yeah.
That was going great.
We should probably cut it off after this because it's 1:30. That's good.
No, it's not 1:30. It's 1 hour and 3 minutes. But this is good for the
But
part 2.
an hour and 30 plus the part
after
1.
30?
Yeah.
All right, after you bring up your little controversial thing.
But it's going to be a long conversation.
You want to go ahead and roll these ads right now? All right. First of all, this podcast is brought to you by none other than
Test Tube Talk.
some piss water drink. We sipping that shit, and I guarantee you would love to sip on that shit too. It will have you right. It'll have you thinking about this shit that we thinking about. It'll open up your mind to new realms, new perspectives, new realities. It's piss water drink. Go ahead, cop that shit. Pisswaterdrink.com.
Yo, you guys. So we have this salt lamp, right? It's a Himalayan salt lamp. It's a big ass rock, and it has a light inside of it. And Jacob told me to lick it earlier, and I licked it, and it's really strong. It's really strong salt. It's real salt. And I was not expecting that
shit. It's real talk, man. It's real Joe Rogan shit right here.
Yo, what's up, brother? Welcome back.
I appreciate y'all niggas having a nigga on, bro.
Oh, bro. Hey, it's just going way smoother
nigga,
now.
Your restroom is so lit, bro. For
you
real, bro.
You tried the bidet?
The bidet.
The bidet?
What's the bidet?
You try that?
What's a bidet, bro?
You know
that's that shit. Oh, yeah. No. Hell no.
Oh, no.
What's that shit that squirting your ass when you
bro.
Bidet.
You got
a bidet.
You just got to press the little fling down, and you wiggle down, and you push it down.
Nigga, if I see bidet, I'm going that way.
It'll squirt some nice. Bro, it'll squirt some nice hot fluids into your booty hole. Just squirting that.
Oh my god, yo, you
dude,
guys.
I don't have enough beers in my system to do that, bro.
Yo, you guys.
If you want to get some more after this, I'm down, bro. I'll go and I'll send you some money on Cash App.
I ain't got that kind of money, bro.
Let's end this podcast. Yo, I appreciate you so much for coming.
Oh yeah, fuck it. Let's go ahead and drop this
smoke
shit.
Smoke a blunt.
Yeah, for sure.
Yo, I appreciate it. I feel like this is some good shit right here.
Yeah.
We're getting so much better. So much better.
I'm telling you, you just gotta get comfy with it, man.
Yeah.
Just get comfy.
The next time it'll be better, you guys.
Get right up
but
on
fuck
the mic.
it, it's good.
Yeah, shit like bro.
My voice goes deep in this motherfucker.
Hey, you know what I mean, bro?
God damn, nigga, that's like, God, they made my eardrum.
Hey, man.
Okay, all right. Man, I appreciate you for coming on our podcast, bro.
I appreciate y'all for having me, though. Like,
oh, yeah.
Over here.
I told this, I was like, we could definitely go out.
I've been waiting on this shit, though, for so fucking long. This nigga be like, man,
we finna do some more.
We finna do some more.
Oh, yeah, gonna be a recurring guest for sure.
I gotta check my schedule, bro. I gotta be on the Joe Rogan, nigga.
We out here, brother.
Tomorrow, bro.
Shit, me too. All right, man. I appreciate y'all having us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, tune in to Test Tube Talk, shit. You guys. I appreciate y'all.
Do the hand clap, bro. So so we.
Like a little applause.
All right, good night.
Hey, thanks, guys. Thanks for listening. Fuck with your boy.